Week 11 of the NFL season starts on Thursday night with a very intriguing AFC North matchup as the Bengals visit the Ravens. Sports bettors out there, they're looking to make some early wagers, and we're here to help on another edition of Hittin the Books. Joining me is New York Post sports betting analyst Erich Richter with the Insight. Joins us now. How you doing, Eric?
Dex, I'm hyped, man. We got some of the best primetime games we've had all year. Thursday night, Monday night. Let's get it, baby.
Yeah, some good primetime games. You like that. Late in the year, week 11, getting some good primetime games. Got to feel good about that. All right, Eric, for this game, let's talk about the spread. Because it opened with Baltimore as 3-point favorites. Then it went up to 4. Now it's at 3.5. Do you like the home team to cover, or are you taking the Bengals and the points on Thursday night?
Worst kept secret in the NFL this year is that the Cincinnati Bengals aren't good. And I'll tell you why. Last week, I was on the Houston Texans in my New York Post column on the newspaper. I was on the Houston Texans plus 6.5. I said that they would win outright. They did win outright. Got lucky on the field goal at the end. But yeah, I'm here to tell you right now that the Baltimore Ravens are going to cover 3.5. Reason being that that Cincinnati defense is just not very good. And again, that's something that a lot of people like to talk about is the Cincinnati defense. Their secondary is really good. Well, I mean, they were giving up over 5 yards per run attempt. Ravens are a great running team. They're second most in yards per play allowed. I'm definitely not on Cincinnati this week. I think the Ravens get right here. Trey Hendrickson's going to be out for Cincinnati. Bad situation here for Cincinnati. I'm going Baltimore minus 3.5. I'd even bet it up to 5 or 6.
Wow, very confident there. Going up to 5 or 6 there with the spread. There you go. Can get some good value on that if you choose to take an alternate spread. I want to talk about the over-under because I think it's interesting for this contest. Right now it's at 45.5. Now, both teams, they scored 27 or more points in losses in Week 10. Are you going over or under 45.5 points in this AFC North showdown?
Can you hear that? That's the primetime under stat. Can you hear it?
I hear it.
15 unders in a row on prime time. I talked about it with Brandon London last week. I'm on the under here for sure. We've talked about the unders here with the commercial breaks, and I've had a lot of different takes on why I think that that's the case. But the Baltimore Ravens are a run first team, and they have the best defense, one of the best defenses in the league in the NFL. So I'm going to take the under 45.5. There was a couple 46s coming into today. There's obviously some money coming in there. Give me the under for Baltimore and Cincinnati. I definitely think that the Ravens defense is going to stifle Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, sticking with the trend, going with the under there on Thursday night. Last thing for me, Eric, I know it. You're always eyeing some props. What are your two best player props for this Thursday night matchup?
The number one team in the NFL this year in turnover differential is the Cincinnati Bengals. That is why they are where they are. They have gotten a lot of good positive turnover variance in there. So I think that Cincinnati, their turnover variance is going to start turning the other way, and Joe Burrow is going to throw an interception. That is one of my player props of the week is Joe Burrow throws an interception at minus 105 on BetMGM. Eventually the turnover variance is going to turn against them, and the Baltimore defense is one of the best in football. And then we're going to go over to Zay Flowers of the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to go over 50.5 receiving yards. Like I said earlier, Cincinnati giving up the most yards per play in the NFL, 7.1 yards per play in the NFL in the last 3 weeks. They were also number 1 in the NFL coming into last week, so you can't say that was just the Houston Texans and their offensive showcase. So give me Zay Flowers over 50.5 receiving yards, and guess what? I'm going to ladder it up to 110 receiving yards at plus 1,100 on DraftKings. Zay Flowers has another level to go up here. He's one of the best receivers, most talented receivers in the NFL. He's just a rookie, but I think the Cincinnati defense, combined with his talent, is in a perfect position here to get something done and hit maybe a long shot prop at 11-1. You can't say no to it. It's a good value, and I know that there's other sports books that are a little bit more bullish. PointsBet has 110 receiving yards at plus 300, so you're getting 12-1 versus plus 300. I'll take the 12-1.
I'm sure you will take the 12-1. You know what I learned from all this information and data you have here? Cincinnati fans, they're not going to be happy with you. You're out here shredding their defense, saying you don't believe in them. But, you got to trust the numbers and the data right here. That's all Eric's doing for you. That's all you're doing, man. That's all you're doing right here.
You don't Trey Hendrickson either. That's a big problem.
Yeah.
He's the best player.
Yeah. We will see how it plays out. It's a really good Thursday night matchup between the Ravens and the Bengals. Those are your best bets from sports betting analyst for the New York Post, Erich Richter. Eric, Always good talking some sports betting with you. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Appreciate you, buddy.